today. It's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Seattle's first go on offense forthcoming, and under center, of course, Russell Wilson.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And there's a lot of good to watch in the game last week. He threw 4 touchdown passes. A little bit of concern throwing the 2 interceptions.
Yeah, and the 2 pick.
Yeah, you want the ratio really to be closer to 3-1 as opposed to the 2-1 that he had. But it is something to build on. They did get the win, didn't they?
Yep. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down.
Dalvin Cook, the ball carrier.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
Operating from the gun, Day. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
Incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Day. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
By the Seahawks.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Wilson's pass.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
That is caught at the 7. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And this will make it into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
7-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
Minnesota.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw again, Day. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun, Day. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 12.
Look at their offense. They think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
On 3rd down, they run with Madison, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st.
Alexander Madison.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Reed on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll set up to throw from the gun. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 7 yards the pickup there.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Now a man open down the middle of the field, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On 1st down, Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Wilson's pass.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
4-yard line.
They'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Anthony Barr brought him down. A 2-yard pickup brings up.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They run it with Carson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Carson.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive. And here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Anthony Barr in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. 2nd and 16. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain. They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first.
Vikings 3.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
At their own 21-yard line.
And out in. They start the drive with Cook. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Day. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. It's the veteran K.J. Wright, the disruptive force.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. And now we're going to get a delay of game. And that's going to back him up halfway.
Offense. This is unbelievable.
They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. He's got Smith here. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. The drive starts with a completion left side, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hart. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
It's on the pickup.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
42-yard line.
Now a give, right side. Carson looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming.
And less than a yard.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Intercepted by the Vikings.
Timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
On 1st and 10, Day. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Throwing again. Day. It's caught. Smith. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 26 and a first down. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Day. This one taken in by Olabisi Johnson.
Complete.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
It's
extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. Forced out to his left. Airing it out deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Give him 32 on the play.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll run for it with Cook. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Now Carson fumbles the football. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Across the 45 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Metcalf once again the target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Complete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but now it'll be 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing again here, Wilson. It's caught, Lockett. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Off-play action. Day. That is caught. It's Tajay Sharp. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Minnesota.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Looking to throw. Day. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
To throw again. Day. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 22. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Intercepted by the Vikings.
I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and it'll be 2nd and very short. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go. Operating from the gun. Day. Intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And his guys have got it back at the close up the middle. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up
so we have reached halftime with a tie. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Fielded in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
On third down, Day. He's going to go up top again. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Trey Flowers picks it. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 19-yard line.
They run again with Carson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
18-yard line.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Again, it's Cook. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Day. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Taken down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Back to the ground. This time, Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 13. It's a first down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
Dalvin Cook.
Jordan Brooks on the tackle.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Day. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 31-yard line. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop him.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
He was taken down by K.J. Wright. It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Day. He finds his man Johnson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Minnesota.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdowns to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a 1st down.
Now left side on the swing pass. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Vikings have made this now a 1-score game. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Carson. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Third down and
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. This is Carson, and he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
At the 33-yard line.
From the shotgun, Wilson firing quickly here, and that's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done.
And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here comes Johnson on the return. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards that time. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it. And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. From the gun, Day. Johnson on poke 3, football's out.
The pass on 3rd down. Fumble on the play. Recovered by the offense.
And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. there's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
3-yard line.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Looking to throw. Day. Complete. Smith has it. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 16. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Day. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Here is Cook on 3rd and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
25 yards.
To Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And he's got Lockett. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now Wilson on 1st down. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. This throw complete. Wilson finding Lockett. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun. Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. The Seahawks on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 9. To throw again is Wilson. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 36 yards. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Draw play. This is Carson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll keep it on the ground. Carson. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach, he's in big trouble. Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen.